Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm here to talk about all things Brandon Sanderson related and Cosmere related. Today I want to talk to you guys about Brandon Sanderson's novel, The Emperor's Soul. It's an award-winning book for him. He won the Hugo Award back in 2013 for this book. It's a fantastic read. I just read it for the second time. First time I read it was back in 2020, and I just say I got a lot of thoughts on this book. So first, our protagonist's name is Shay. Now, Shay is what you call a forger. Now, in this world called Cell, forgery is looked down upon. It's unethical, it's immoral, it's blasphemous. Basically, forgery is rewriting an object, a person, or a soul's history. So if you rewrite an object's history so it's no longer the same in the present. So for example, if you were to take a wooden wall and rewrite the history so that it wasn't taken care of, there was water damage, and it's really moldy, and now it's not as strong, and you can maybe break through it in an emergency. That's one use that you could use forgery for. Now, this world is a little bit more lenient with that kind of forgery, where you're changing objects. However, if you start to change people and your personality and someone's soul, they start to think that that's blasphemous. Now, as a forger, Shay is able to rewrite her soul. She's able to change it so that her past was actually maybe training with warriors her whole life. So when she's in a pinch, she can become this hardened warrior that has 15 years of experience in battle. Or she can change it so that she is an expert locksmith. Now, Shay, she's sneaking into the Emperor's palace to steal this moon scepter. She is betrayed. She gets caught and she's thrown in jail. While she's trying to figure out how to escape, she is approached by the governmental figures and basically given an offer. She's told that there was an assassination attempt on their emperor, and it basically left him brain dead. They were able to fix his body. However, his mind is still empty. So she's tasked with giving him a new soul. Bring him back to life, essentially. She says if she could do this process, it would probably take her years, but they don't have that kind of time. The emperor needs to be seen in public, so they make up excuses and basically say, you have 100 days to do this. So she sits down and she says, okay, I got to recreate this guy's soul. I need to have interviews with people who have known him. I need to get all his history so I can start learning about him and start figuring out what kind of personality he has, what were his motivations for becoming emperor, what were the things that he did, who did he love. So they bring in this guy, his name's Gaotona. Now, Gaotona was basically a mentor to the king. We come to learn that he was the reason that the emperor even decided to become emperor, because this guy had such high expectations for him. As he interacts with Shay, he has high expectations for her, and he kind of looks down on her because she has so much potential, but he thinks it's wasted on these blasphemous things like forgery. So Shay's feeling a little guilt-tripped at this point. She's not very fond of the guy, but she has to meet him and learn about the emperor. And along the way, they have these fascinating conversations about forgery and what motivates people. They talked about how we as humans try to control our surroundings. We have weather and rain and storms that beat upon us, so we build up walls, build roofs to try to control what's happening to us. But really, we're just trading controls, and now those walls have a different kind of control on us. And really what it comes down to is, what are we letting control us? And that ultimately everything around us right now is man-made. And they said, since everything's man-made, what we really need to do if we want to gain control is to understand man or men or humanity. And so by understanding why the barmaid was crying or why this certain guard always loses at poker, and we understand the people around us, then we're able to understand what's happening around us with a greater clarity, and then have more control over our destinies. It's just little things like that Brandon Sanderson does, where he just impacts these little nuggets of wisdom that really make these books a whole nother level. They have these ideas that make me want to change how I interact with other people and care for them and make a difference in the world. Overall, I would say this book is incredible. I would definitely give it a 9 out of 10 or a 9.5 out of 10. Solid read. It's a really short book for those of you who are maybe a little bit more scared of Brandon Sanderson's bigger books like The Way of Kings. This is a great one to get started with. Dip your toe in. The action's great. There's not a ton of it, but at the end there is more action. But the thoughts and the ideas that it presents are truly fascinating, and definitely would recommend. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.